So yes, you're highly welcome to today's program. My name is Suraj Ajishebutu, and I'm a cybersecurity CompleteIT Audit trainer, and I have almost 25 years postgraduate experience in IT generally, but I moved into IT audit cybersecurity 2007. And since that time, that should be like 15 years ago, I managed to have all the necessary certifications that qualifies me for this training, starting from CISA, CISSP, CISM, C-Risk, PMP, Seagate, COBIT, and some other ones that are lesser certifications like ITIL, Microsoft certifications, AWS. So having gotten all this, I started my training in Nigeria 2007. And since that time, I've managed, by the grace of God, to have a lot of successful passers or qualified CISA holders, CISM holders, C-Risk, CISSP, CCSP. And I was doing training in Nigeria through an organization called Ritex. I did that until I came to US 2015. And even while doing training in Nigeria, I was a banker. I was working as a banker. I started my career as IT professional in banking industry. And from there, I moved into cybersecurity, IT audit, internal control, project management space. And when I moved to US, I worked in medical industry, oil and gas, consulting. Yes, somebody said Ritex. Yes, I worked for Ritex at Ilupeju in those days. I was part of their trainer, and I worked equally briefly for AJ Silicon, Alaji. So all those ones, I did that. And when I came to US, I wasn't even thinking of training, but I started training here in US 2017. And by the grace of God, this is my 5 years of training in America, 5 years of training in America, but overall training experience of 15 years. It will be 15 years of training around November. It will be 15 years of training around November, because I started training immediately. I made my CISSP in November 2007. So that is my experience. And of course, by the grace of God, here in America, within the 5 years of training, Almighty God has chosen us, because it's already even 5 years in America. Because I started training in US around May 2017. May 2017. That was when I started training. That was when I started training here in US. And by the grace of God, we have a lot of successful people to show for it. And we have trained a lot of people in terms of IT audit, cybersecurity, IT GRC, and we have a lot of successful participants. I'm too small to call them students. Participants that are working for Fortune 100 companies, be it Facebook, Google, be it IBM, be it all the big four audit firms. We have people there. So you can visit our website, CompleteCybertrainer.com, to see maybe some of the testimonials that we have from past students. And you can even visit you can visit my LinkedIn as well. Suraj Ajishebutu. Look for Suraj Ajishebutu on LinkedIn. I have not even updated my LinkedIn in the last 5 years, but you can check me up on Suraj Ajishebutu on LinkedIn. If you can put your information on LinkedIn, which means you are a public person, you don't have anything to hide about your experience, about your accomplishments in the industry. So you can check it, at least. So, and of course, this class alone, we have over 500 current and past participants. We have like three WhatsApp group now The third WhatsApp group is what the current students are using. We have the third one, 255 multiplied by 3. So we have over 500 current and past participants. They're always ready to share on the job experience, their professional expertise with you. Over 500 that are ready to share their expertise, professional expertise or the job experience with you. And personally, I have over 25 years of experience, postgraduate experience in cybersecurity audit field, IT GRC. And this class, we do a lot of free practical courses on SAP security, SAP audit, SAP GRC. The same thing, ServiceNow GRC. We offer it free at no additional. Now, AWS Cloud Audit is free. It's free, though AWS Security is not free. AWS Security is not free. CCSP is not free. But then we deploy what is called hybrid training methodology. We have recordings, past recordings you can listen to. Then we call it do live classes. And one of the things I actually enjoy people to do is this. Try to always listen to past recordings. Try to always listen to past recordings. It helps. Especially, I have one recordings I called IT Audit Bootcamp. When you come to this class, that's one of the first things you need to request for IT Audit Bootcamp recordings. The IT Audit Bootcamp recordings is 20 hours. These recordings are so sure that you can use it alone to get a job, even if it is a job of 75, 80,000 minimum. This 20 hours IT Audit Bootcamp, if you listen to it and you do proper note taking, you can use it to get job. Proper note taking, 20 hours, IT Audit Bootcamp recordings. Listen to it, form your notes, then after that, your resume is good enough to give you job. Then another advantage of it, if you listen to it before coming to this class, and that is why I'm doing this free class ahead for the new people, that before we start the new class, by middle of next week, if you have taken these recordings, you would have listened to it before we start. The strategy I want to use is this. Immediately I finish this boot camp of module 5, either I finish it this Friday or I finish it by Monday next week, Monday, Tuesday, the new class should start by Wednesday. That new class, we will start from module 1, but that module 1 is not going to be training you for CISA. I'm going to train you practically on how you can use knowledge of chapter 1, which is module 1, to get job. Then once we do that, we will go to module 2 and 3. We will run through module 2, module 3. Then with module 2 and 3, which means you have learned everything in CISA, for those of you that are in this class in the last 1 month. Then once we finish module 2, 3, because one thing I want to do is this, we already have recordings for CISA bootcamp. CISA, it shouldn't be something we should be afraid of. We already have the strategy to pass CISA. We already have the strategy to pass CISA. Because we already have the strategy to pass CISA, that shouldn't be our issue. We have the recordings. The most important thing that you need is knowledge to get job. To pass CISA is not a big deal. To pass CISA, you can, already we have the recordings you can listen to pass CISA. And what does that recording contain? It contains our lecture on how to pass CISA. Then it contains how we treat past questions, CISA review question and answer. If you are able to listen to that recordings, you will pass CISA. And passing CISA is like 50% towards getting job. The next step is how will you be able to do interview and get the job? Then that is how will you be able to get the job, retain the job or sustain the job, then grow on the job. And that one is more important. is more important than passing CISA. Anybody can pass CISA. Anybody can pass CISA. All that you need to do is CISA review question and answer, study it properly, then look for CISA past question, treat them, go and do the exam. So I want to limit coming to this class, training you about passing CISA. I would rather concentrate on how you are going to get the job, stay on the job, grow on the job. I want to be able to train you in a way that you should be able to, within 3-4 months of getting your first job, now proceed to getting second job, so that you can be able to make like over 200,000 within 6 months. That is my own prayers, and that is what I'm working on. Now, this class, we have flexible payment plan, and we do a lot of interview preparation. Every day you come to class, we ask you questions. And most of these questions are drawn from questions they normally ask during interview. I told you something a few minutes ago, that when we are starting this class afresh, by next week or upper week, I think next week, I'm going to go through chapter 1 again. Why do I want to go through chapter 1? I want to go through chapter 1 for you to have good foundation. If you have good foundation, if you understand module 1 very well, module 1 of CISA, you can use it to get job. If you understand module 1 of CISA, and you are able to listen to my IT Audit Bootcamp records, you can get job. Get job, retain the job. Then while you continue on your CISA exam, interview preparation, we give you sample resume. Then when you are in this class, you are allowed in this class for 1 year, 1 year access. So within that 1 year, you can be able to have other certifications, have more knowledge, grow on the job. So for the same amount, and that is one of the reasons that I cannot reduce my cost or my price, because nobody is going to give you training for 1 year at less than 2,500. Nobody will do that. So don't come to me to ask for any reduction. Now we train you on over 6 areas of specialty, be it cybersecurity analyst or cybersecurity auditor, audit, control analyst or control tester, IT risk analyst, third-party risk analyst for vendor relationship, IT compliance or privacy analyst, IT governance, IT GRC analyst, IT audit, cloud assessor, over 8 different areas. There is no training that can give you those kind of knowledge or those kind of capabilities. If you want to learn Scrum, you only work as a Scrum Master. Or you want to learn database, you only work as a database administrator. Or you want to learn about cloud, maybe cloud, if you learn cloud, maybe you can work as a cloud security architect, cloud security engineer, cloud compliance, which is still even under what we are going to give you as well. Because when I say cloud assessor, we still train you on cloud security, cloud compliance, cloud risk analyst. You get what I'm saying? So we give you a lot of job opportunities that you can jump from one job area to the other. And one reason why we train you IT audit and cybersecurity is that most people do not have technical background. An average person in this class, over 90% of you, did not study computer science. Neither did you study anything, programming or all those things. So because you don't have technical background, it's better for you to start from things that are the non-technical aspect of IT. Non-technical aspect of IT. And when you're talking about non-technical aspect of IT, you are talking about cybersecurity, analyst, risk analyst, compliance, governance, audit. There's something called low-lying fruit or low-hanging fruit. Why will you go and be learning technical things when there are things that can give you $100,000 job. And you can, after that, you can now decide to say, oh, let me now improve my competence. Oh, I want to go to MIT. I want to go to Harvard. I want to go to Stanford to now go and study IT properly. Or, oh, I want to go to WGU. Even most of these schools I want to go, immediately you have your certifications. They will give you some credit off. That is, if you're supposed to spend 1 year for masters, I've seen a lot of people in my class spending 6 months on masters, 5 months, 8 months on masters, because some of them have CISA, they have Microsoft certifications, they have AWS certifications, they have CISSP, they have CCSP. If you have all those, like if you come to my class now, we do cybersecurity. The cybersecurity, we normally start with Security Plus. Security Plus would have introduced you to general IT. Security Plus would have done what? Introduce you to general IT. So having introduced you to general IT, it makes it easier for you when you now go for master's, postgraduate diploma, all those stuff. Now, no training will give you opportunity of several jobs. You will first train you generally on all these areas. When you now want to start applying for job, you now pick an area where you are going to specialize. You now start digging deeper into those areas, specialize on those areas, you now get job. And apart from that, the type of training we do in this class gives you opportunity of different certifications, Security Plus, CISA. Immediately you have Security Plus and CISA, you can have CISM easily. Knowledge of Security Plus and CISA will give you CISM. Knowledge of Security Plus CISA will give you C-Risk. If you have Security Plus CISA, CISM, C-Risk, you can have your CISSP. We train you on AWS Solution Architect. If you have good knowledge of AWS Solution Architect, you can have your AWS Security. If you have good knowledge of CISSP, with good knowledge of AWS Security, you can have CCSP. That is why I stand to be corrected if there is any training organization that empowers anybody to have 8 certifications, 10 certifications. Most of my students do have that. Because you cannot give what you don't have. There's something called in Latin, Nemoda called nonabet. You cannot give what you don't have. Because I have those type of backgrounds, I'm highly certificated, heavily certificated. I encourage my students to have certifications as well. But when you don't have it, you won't encourage them. Or maybe you just have CISA. You won't tell them to go and be having CISSP now if you only have CISA. And by the grace of God, in this class alone, I can boast of over 15 students that have over 10 certifications. And I'm not even talking about Scrum Foundation, the CyberArk Foundation, all this, your AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. I talk of certification starting from AWS Solution Architect. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is, if you are in this class, apart from learning things practically, we will equally expose you to having the necessary license, certifications as well. My payments for the standard training. The standard training covers IT audit, which is your CISA certification, plus cyber. Your cybersecurity covers Security Plus, plus CISSP. It covers CISM, covers C-Risk, but I'm not talking about that because it is given that once you have your Security Plus and CISA, you can have CISM, you can have C-Risk if you want. Now, IT audit, which is your CISA, your Security Plus, your CISSP, and we give you AWS Solution Architect free. We give you CCSK free. The money is $2,500. It is not negotiable. Because if I'm going to be giving you 1 year access to have all these certifications. I can't reduce it. And you have to pay upfront $1,250 to start, then $250 every 2 weeks subsequently, or $500 every month. So if we are giving you that, definitely you. So, and our training schedule is we do IT audits for CISA Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. CST. That is it. Once in a while, we do training nearly every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, when we want to do boot camp. But normally we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. CST. Cybersecurity, which is on Saturday, is 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. CST. Cybersecurity is Security Plus and CSSP. Then we have optional courses like your SAP Security or SAP GRC. That is Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. CST. It is optional, but it gives you practical edge, gives you competitive edge. When you know SAP Security or GRC, because the GRC aspect is the practical of your CISA. Anything you do in CISA, you learn it practically in GRC. Now we do that Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Saturday, early in the morning, something like 9 a.m. to 10 before we start cybersecurity. Now, cloud security on Sunday, which is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. CST. Now, if you want to see why you need to enroll in this class, you can go to our website, CompleteCyberTrainer.com. Go to the testimonial aspect. You can see testimonials from past students. You can see testimonials from past students. So that is just that. One other thing is, this class is meant for people that really want to learn. If you're interested in learning, we are available for you. And apart from being interested, if you're interested in learning, you must equally be ready to take to advice. If we advise, do this, do that, because what we try to do is we mentor, we guide. We guide you. We guide you on how you can achieve your success within 2-3 months. Now, if you are ready to take to advice, we are available for you. Then, if you are the type, in this class, we equally ask questions in the class. Some people might not be available to answer questions. If you don't have the time, no problem. But we encourage you to answer questions in the class, because when you answer questions in the class, it helps. It helps. Number one, when recruiters contact me to give them students, I will provide them those people that I have confidence in first. Recruiters will tell me, Mr. Suraj, can you please provide us your people that you believe in? I won't want to provide somebody who will not be able to prove my brand, who will not be able to, so that, because one thing is this, when a recruiter come to me, I want them to come again. I want them to come again, because when they come to me, I give them candidates. If the candidate is able to perform, they are able to recruit the person and is able to perform on the job, they will come back to me again. But if I provide somebody who is not good enough, definitely they won't come back to me again. So when you answer questions in the class, apart from you having CISA, is you are proving to me that you are good enough for job. But if you don't answer questions, it's not compulsory, but be rest assured that when you don't answer questions in it, so it's not just having certifications. People have certifications through any means. People have certifications through any means. So, but my own, what they call it, my own this thing, my own attestation of your performance is what I'm going to use. Your own performance in the class is what I'm going to use to be able to judge whether you are ready, either you are job ready or not. But if you are working, maybe probably you're at work and you cannot answer questions, it's understandable, but you can't be working every day. You cannot be working Monday, Wednesday, Friday, still work on Saturday, still work on Sunday. So that is just that. So thank you so much. This is already 30 minutes.